Hi, okay, I do not have an intro, so you're all just going to have to suffer, but welcome to my channel. This is one of my first videos, and I am trying to get into the swing of this now that I am back at uni for 2026. Basically, I want this channel to revolve around my comics and the novels that I'm writing, and generally art stuff, just art stuff. I might do some fan art, I might talk about random shit that I'm interested in. If you'll want to listen to my rambles, you are welcome. However, this specific video I want to go into the comic that I'm creating in the background, which is called Foxtrot. I am making it for my university. I will be hoping to continue it post this semester. However, I don't know how much time I'll have along with my other projects, so it might be a little bit slow, but I do really like the idea for this comic. I also want to talk about the processes that I go through with my art and what I've learned throughout uni, because I think it's really interesting, and I don't know how many people are interested in comics, but like, y'all can join, it's fun. So the majoring idea for this comic was I wanted something to do with eldritch horror. I'm quite a big fan of eldritch horror. I like H.P. Lovecraft and that kind of thing. However, fucking hate how racist he was. There are so many times I have read his stories and he's gotten so close to explaining why being racist is fucking bullshit, and then has just immediately turned around and said that Indians are problematic, and I don't like it, but I like the premises of his stories, and I like the way that he writes. So I kind of like, I scooch around, though. He's dead. He's been dead for longer than my granddad's been alive, so, no, actually, he's been dead for 2 years post my granddad being born. Anyway, right, the idea for this comic, sorry about the rant about H.P. Lovecraft, I'm not starting out with a script, I don't know if you can tell. The main idea for this comic was I wanted to do something eldritch, and it was going to be pretty similar to things that people have done before. It's not like I'm going entirely new territory. It's things such as the Magnus Archives, Midnight Burger. I like Welcome to Night Vale as well. I love those podcasts with every fibre of my being, and I'm so mad that we haven't had like comics and things made fully of them. I think they would be really cool, and I think that they would sell. I think they'd be a brilliant thing, especially because having a podcast can be very different in vibe, and a lot of people don't quite hit those markets. I wanted this comic to be sapphic. I don't see a lot of sapphic comics that are not sexualized, and that really annoys me. Because as a sapphic person myself, I don't get it. I don't get why everything has to be, like, sexy with lesbians. Like, no, just give us the wholesome shit. I would like the Bambi lesbians, please. So that's what I'm trying to do with this, alongside all of the eldritch horror. The main premise is that the Earth itself is a living being. Now, the idea of that comes from, like, I like having... It's probably happened in other media. As I'm saying, this is not going to be fully original. I am not feeling very creative. The Earth itself is alive. It's realised that humans are managing to harm it, and it doesn't like that, so it's trying to make things evolve far too fast for humans. So most animals tend to have a lifespan of maybe 10 to 20 years. At least in the wild, they also tend to be a lot shorter than that. So generations of animals go by a lot faster than generations of humans do, and the Earth is trying to use that to its advantage. So animals that give birth faster, that have higher birth rates, that have higher death rates, those ones can go through evolutionary stages a lot faster than humans can, because while humans can adapt and people can physically make those kinds of changes, it takes a lot more time, because generationally we take a lot longer. So the main thing that is stopping humans in this scenario from evolving is time. We don't have the reproductive capabilities to keep up with how fast the Earth is evolving. These two characters, named Foxtrot and Vicky, now they both work for an organisation that is trying to work out why the Earth is doing this. Why is everything changing? Why has everything become so hostile to humans? Why has the landscape and everything like that, why is it shifting so fast and so much compared to what should naturally happen? This company does not yet have a name, but it will, and that will also be in following videos, especially when I do the line art for these comic pages and when I do the colouring and that sort of stuff. Those ones will also probably be in the following videos post this. They will be out by next week, because this is due next week, so I kind of have no choice. But that's regardless. So, Vicky and Foxtrot, their majoring points are they are following through with a missing persons report, and this missing persons report is two of the people who they supposedly work with for a decent amount of things. They've both been partners for a little while. They've worked together on a lot of stuff, and Vicky and Foxtrot, they do trust each other, although Vicky can be quite airheaded a lot of the time, so Foxtrot has a tendency to kind of like overlook things that Vicky says or does because she doesn't quite believe that Vicky's all there mentally. And she is, but like, you know, we love that kind of dynamic. They're both going after these two people who have also gone missing. Now, these two people, they do have names. I, for the life of me, cannot remember it. The notes are on my phone. My phone is in the windowsill. I live on a boat and my internet connection shit, so if my phone is not in the windowsill, I do not have internet. And that is bad. I can't record this if I don't have internet. That will be fixed at some point. I haven't managed to get like a signal thing in. Anyway, that's a fucking random ramble's over. Fucking hell. Okay, it's fine. Anyway, I don't know why the thing at the back is taking so long. I think I just took a pause, but you can listen to me. I'm cool to listen to. My accent's nifty. Anyway, fucking hell. They are following up on this missing persons report because these are people that they have worked with, that they have met, and these are people who have gone down to a canal side that was blocked off about 10 or 15 years ago, to investigate why everything around there was like, to get samples, to get animals, to bring them back for testing, and this is to get like living things. So like the samples would be, Vicky would be getting the roots of a plant alongside Foxtrot catching and like ensnaring animals without harming them. So they can be taken back for testing to see what's good, and then they can release them back into the wild. Now, Foxtrot herself is a veterinarian. She is very well trained. One of her majoring things is, you know, don't get bitten, which is very valid if you ask me. I also would not like to be bitten by the animals I'm trying to collect, especially when you don't know what they've been eating, how they've been eating. Sometimes you don't know if they're overly aggressive compared to their previous ancestors, and Vicky is a botanist, so those two both go out, they get the samples, they do a bit of research. The van was hell. I had to photo bash it. I'm drawing it at the moment. That hurt. It hurt me physically. I hated drawing it. I liked photo bashing it. That was actually quite fun. I like being able to take the pieces and like make them into something entirely new. However, I am not someone who's really very good at drawing mechanical things. I very much struggle with extra details and that sort of stuff. I enjoy drawing people. And you'll see that in a lot of my other videos. I really enjoy drawing people. I think that it's very fun. I think that features are very cool to play with. I haven't done as much on body types as I think I should have, but I'm going to be working on that over this and the next project when it comes into like drawing the characters and that kind of thing. While they're in this canal, during these first few pages, you see that the canal is boiling, and the fish that are inside don't seem all that bothered by it. They are swimming around, it's fine. There is also moments where it's more difficult to see, obviously, in these kinds of traces, but there is snow falling on the outside. Vicky puts her hand out of the window in the next panel, in the next page, and you see that it's not cold. She says it's not cold. She feels, you can see on her hand, she actually still looks relatively warm. There's no redness or anything that would indicate that she'd be cold, although in this phase you can't see any redness. She is just blue, and I think naked, because I have not dressed them yet. But that's okay. That will be done when I'm doing line art, because I understand what my limits are. And one of the majoring things I wanted to do with this comic was I wanted it to be a little bit light-hearted, very similar to how funny the Magnus Archives can be, as well as being able to talk about some relatively harsh subjects. I am not unaware of the privilege that I was brought up with, and when I make my comics and when I write my novels, I want to do as much research into how other people have lived and how other people's psychology works, and why people end up in the situations that they end up in, and what would make characters do the things in those scenarios. Because one of the majoring writing tips that I got from my sister, who's a screenwriter, and from my mum, who does work in the medical field, is it's not about how people function that can make things unrealistic. The thing that can make things unrealistic is if you were to take a character and put them in a scenario and then not explain why they act the way that they do. And while I'm writing my comics, I want to be sure that my characters are acting how they would, which is a really strange thing to say. They're my characters, I know I should be able to do what I want with them, but I also understand I can write things incorrectly and I can go wrong. But I really like drawing these characters. I'm a bit terrible at doing it all at once, and I haven't finished the 4th page yet, but that will also be out relatively soon. While I am... that van comes on screen and I get viscerally angry. Okay, that's... Jesus Christ, that was... Oh, mini ramble. That van... Who... makes me want to kill myself. I should not say that on YouTube. I don't know if I'm not getting monetized for this. I don't get paid. I'm a uni student. I'm broke. That's the whole point. I live on government money. But no, I want to be able to write this in a way that is kind of accurate to how people are. I don't want my characters' dialogue to come off as splintered or strange. I want them to be able to communicate in the same way that everyone else does, and it's the same with any novels that I write in the future that I will also post about, or anything along those kinds of lines. I would like my characters to be realistic, and that includes having realistic body types, realistic facial features. I get so annoyed when it comes to the art tropes that people will just draw white characters. And, like, I myself am a white person. I know that I don't have as much information on how racism and sexism and that kind of thing work when it comes to art. I've got more of an idea of sexism because I am a woman and that tends to happen. And I understand homophobia because I am lesbian. However, I've been very privileged. I have a very accepting family. My girlfriend, however, doesn't, and one of the majoring things that I want to learn from her is how I can write these things correctly. Sensitivity readers are awesome. My girlfriend is currently one, because she will tell me if I'm writing bullshit or if something has been, like, intrinsically put into me, which is good. I love her for that. It's a bit of a ramble about my girlfriend there, that wasn't intentional. I really enjoy drawing these kinds of comics, honestly. I think that more people need to experiment with how people look, with how realistic things can be, with scars and skin conditions and everything along those kinds of lines. I personally, I have a couple characters that I've designed where I have given them small cafe au lait spots, which is something that I have, and it's something that I actually haven't seen in media quite a lot. I see other skin conditions such as vitiligo. I'm probably saying that entirely incorrectly, so I'm very sorry. But yeah, I'd like to see more cafe au lait spots and acne and that kind of things on characters in stories, so that's what I kind of intend to do. I'm getting towards the end of the video now, because I've rambled for far too long and I haven't really explained that much, so if you stayed here for that long, subscribe. I can't promise that I'll have a regular upload schedule, but when it happens it will be a fun surprise, I guess. I do love these characters, and I will explain more about them as I create more of the comic pages and as I do more of the line art and the colouring. I will also be posting longer videos with some explanation of them while I show like the base sketches and the concept art for the creation of these characters. In other news, I need to get back to doing my uni work now, so I hope that you genuinely enjoyed. I know it's been a bit on and off. I will try and write scripts for future videos, however that doesn't mean I will, because I know what I'm like, and I will make this as difficult for myself as is humanly possible, and then drop it and run into the void so that no one can talk to me about how terrible these videos are going. I'll also try and get better recordings of speed paints and that kind of thing. I am understanding of the fact that a lot of the speed paints that I have are kind of rigid, so I will try and change that. I'll try and get speed paints that are, you know, following where the brush is, so you know what's going on, and that aren't going to be too fast to follow, because I do know some of my videos on shorts especially are horrific with that. So genuinely, I hope that you enjoyed, I hope that you stick around, I hope that you want to listen more about my stories, because I like rambling about them. And yeah, I need to get back to my uni work now. So goodbye.